For today's lesson, we will be continuing to work with percents, and we will solve problems that involve the use of percent. And we do have a couple standards that we will be addressing. They're listed here: 6 RP3C and 7 RP3. So we do have one 7th grade standard that we will be addressing in this lesson. So we want to find the percent represented by a quantity. So in our last basketball game, Julie scored 18 of her team's 48 points. So the first question asks, what percent of her team's points did Julie score? So to find that, it'd be helpful to figure out first what fraction of her team's points did she score. And so the fraction would be 1848. And as we've established in previous lessons, to go from fraction to percent, you would multiply your fraction by 100. And we could look to simplify. We can divide both 48 and 100 by 4. And that gives us 12 and 25. Then we can divide both 18 and 12 by 6. That will give us 3 and 2. 25 times 3 is 75. 2 times 1 is 2, which gives us a percentage of 37.5%. And then for part B, it says what percent of her team's points did the rest of Julie's team score? So we've divided this into two categories. You're either Julie or you're not Julie. And since the total percentage of team's points would be 100%, we can subtract Julie's percentage, which would give the team a percentage of 62.5%. Excuse me. So Mr. Jefferson is making 80 cups of fruit punch for the grand opening of his bakery. He uses 52 cups of fruit juice and the rest is sparkling water. So the first question says, what percent of the punch is fruit juice? So again, we start with what fraction of the punch is fruit juice, and that would be 52 out of 80. And since we're going from fraction to percent, we multiply by 100. We eliminate our zeros. We can divide both 8 and 10 by 2 to get 4 and 5. And we can divide 4 and 52 by 4 to get 13 and 1. And 13 times 5 is 65%. And what percent of the punch is sparkling water? Well, since it only has 2 ingredients, you would have 100% for the punch. If 65% is the fruit juice, we subtract that from 100 to find that the sparkling water makes up 35%. So we want to do some work with taxes, which we're all going to have to deal with in life, so might as well start learning about it now. So Stephen and his family had dinner in a restaurant. The total cost of the food was $68.50, and an 8% sales tax was added to the bill. So we want to figure out the total bill. So we want to use the $68.50, and we want to use the 8%, and we're going to convert that into a decimal. And the reason we're going to use a decimal is because money is written as a decimal. And since you would say that that's 8% of the 68.50, you would multiply those together. So you do your division or your multiplication here. And that would give us $5.48. Well, that $5.48 is the tax, which we can see is added to the bill. So if the food bill was $68.50 and we had $5.48 in tax, we're going to add those together to get $73.98. And for this question, we are not going to worry about a second method because since money is in decimals, we're going to utilize decimal. So to help remind you of what to do in those situations, I've put this up for you. So sales tax percent times cost equals the amount of tax paid, and the amount of tax paid plus cost would equal the total cost or bill. In our next example here, Jackie bought a pair of shoes. The following shows the cost of the shoes and the sales tax. So the shoes were $52, the sales tax was $2.60, and the sales tax was calculated based on the cost of the shoes. What was the sales tax rate? So for this question, it will help to use the formula, total times percent equals part. And the 52 represents the total. We don't know the percent because we're finding the sales tax rate. And the $2.60 would be the part. So to solve the equation, we would divide both sides by 52. And we would find that $2.60 divided by 52 is 0.05. Now that, as it is a decimal, and we want a percentage. So we would convert 5/100ths into the percentage of 5%. So a laptop computer displayed at a shop costs $720. A sales tax of 7% will be added to the price, and we want to find the total cost. So this is very similar to the restaurant question we just answered. And instead of $68.50 spent on food, we spend $720 on a computer. Instead of a sales tax rate of 8%, we have a sales tax rate of 7%. We made 8% 0.08, so we're going to make 7% 0.07. We multiplied 6850 by 0.08, so we're going to multiply 720 by 0.07. And we get $50.40, which is in place of the $5.48. We added 6850 to 548, so we're going to add 720 to $50.40. Don't forget to line up your decimals when adding or subtracting. And that would give us $770.40. And then finally today, Dave went to lunch with his friends. The food cost $78.50. A sales tax of $4.71 was added to the cost of the meal. What was the sales tax rate? So we've got another sales tax rate question here. So we're going to set it up the same way we did the shoe question. Total times percent equals part. Instead of spending $52 on shoes, we're spending $78.50 on food. We don't know this tax rate. Excuse me. And instead of spending $2.60 in sales tax, we spend $4.71. In the previous question, we divided both sides by 52. So for this one, we're going to divide both sides by 7850. And remember, you are allowed to use your calculator on this. So type that into your calculator, you get 0.06. But if you recall, that is a decimal. We want a percentage. And so that makes our percentage 6%. And that is all for today's lesson. As always, I hope this helps.